Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to the very first. I don't think I'll be jumping another one on this channel, but of course we'll see how that goes. No, it's Friday. It's only this one I'll be jumping, brothers and sisters. So welcome to the one and only Mystelics Reacts video for this here Friday edition, brothers and sisters. Big up on yourself for definitely tuning into this vibration. Don't forget to click the like button, brothers and sisters. I would appreciate that right there. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through. A number of you guys see my come out. Guys, I normally just keep my ear for a week and then bow. Let it breathe again. Yes, brothers and sisters. But anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification like I indicated before, helping this channel to grow, as well as you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. But without further ado, brothers and sisters, let us get to the vibrations for today. Of course, we are none other than Mr. Trevor Johnson, and they say Trevor Johnson speaks out. Of course, let us take a listen to what he's saying right there.
Peter,
To Peter.
you know, you can tell the kind of person Marlon is, you know. You know, he knows he's going to get blows for his nonsense.
Now, guys, a number of persons was actually sending me the video of Marlon. I actually just watched it, but not the full thing. I watched a snippet of it, and I realizing, you know, some of the things that he was saying in the beginning. I didn't see the full video, so I can only mention what he was saying in the beginning. And then I reached the part where he's talking about the president, and the president is right to do what she did. First of all, based off the law books of Dominica, and I indicated this yesterday, the president is dead wrong on that regard. Because on the basis of elected members versus members of the House, this is two different things. You have the elected members, people who are elected by the people to represent them, and then you have the senators who are part of members of the House right there. Based on the Constitution, it made two provisions. One of the provisions was on the basis of the elected member electing those who, or the individual who they want to be the leader of the opposition. That was one. If there is no agreement in there, then there's a second one. Based on the Constitution, it is clearly written, it is not just for the elected members, but for the members to vote on the basis of the elected member or representative of the elected members to be leader of the opposition. It's very clear in section 66(2). There are two provisions there. Of course, it seems like a number of individuals did not read this. And of course, I saw the error in the president's letter right there. I literally pointed this out yesterday. So it's very interesting when Marlon is saying on the basis that he's not sure what to do. I heard a number of arguments on the basis that, oh, she resigned, so she cannot come back again. But on the basis of resign, it's based on the letter that they made an agreement to. And a number of persons were saying that she should have stayed with the what they call it again, with the arrangement. And I understand the sentiment of the arrangement, but if there is still discrepancy, if she doesn't believe that he should be the opposition leader based off certain circumstance, that of course I think Trevor is going to talk about here. I think Marlon was talking about it, which I agree with Marlon on the basis that the opposition, Anthony Charles, literally just, you know, flipped the script. Anthony Charles didn't realize that the United Workers' Party individuals or the supporters of United Workers' Party was the one voting for him. And then he wants to then switch over to go on the other side as if it was the very people that voted for him, not on the basis that the United Workers' Party was not representing there. It doesn't seem like he understood this. You are not elected on the basis that, hey, okay, the United Workers' Party was that individual supported you. On the high side that they were DLP, United Workers' Party, and the party that you are part of today. It wasn't that, because you would not have made it. MARIGOT is the United Workers' Party stronghold. United Workers' Party did not contest. They didn't want to give the seat over to Skerrit. You came into the picture and they voted for you. That is why you are there. Next thing you want to skip out of the independent candidate to join some other team. That is rigged. That can be the worst decision you can ever make. I don't put in anything on Alex Bruno, but it's like running Alex Bruno party. It's like having an Alex Bruno party. Kudos to Alex Bruno on what he has, you know, his vibes. But me and Alex had this talk, and I said, what you're doing doesn't make any sense at all. Because you come in there, oh, let's bring a new face, brothers and sisters. New face for election doesn't make a difference. If the elections are tainted, no matter what party you put there, no matter what party or new party that emerges, doesn't matter what, brothers and sisters, if the elections are tainted and those in power are utilizing these taints so they can win elections, nobody in their right mind truly believes that the few last elections that took place Scared actually freely, fairly won them. Nobody believes this. We saw all the concerts and the events and what have you, and the money's going around and planes coming in and this kind of things that which do not normally happen. Only during election time they tend to happen. And you want to tell me that somehow bringing new party is going to make a difference? I don't know what they're telling this guy, but first of all, the leader that you have, there will be a time for that. There will be a time for that. Let's sorry for the rant, but let's take a listen to Trevor.
Because you see, when Scary does things, we upset. We vex, we mad. We're going to cuss Scary. But what the MP for MARIGOT would have done is similar to what?
Yep. Jump in the floor.
To what? What's her name? Lauren Bannis did.
Yep. Jump the floor.
He was voted. He admitted that UWP was the one who really put him there. So he was voted in by UWP supporters.
Exactly.
Their voters voted him in. And now he's leaving them and joining another party.
Yep.
When Scary does it, we're all upset.
That's facts.
But that's what the MP is doing.
That's what he did. Now, on the basis of what he did, it is the question I must ask here is it official? Was this official? It'll be interesting if I could bring him on the podcast, man. It'll be interesting if I could do that right there. But we'll talk about this another time, brothers and sisters. But yes, it's the people. The supporters of the United Workers' Party were the one voted for you. I just stated this before, so I don't really need to reiterate it again. Let's continue.
He has joined another party, knowing damn well it's the UWP voters.
Yep.
And the UWP, I am sure, leadership who put him there.
Well, I don't know if that is the case, but
you understand what I'm saying? So Marlon is on shit. Marlon is on shit because the same party that Sikiri has formed, if Marlon is part of that and somebody wins.
Interesting. Can Marlon be interesting? Is Marlon part of, but how Marlon
a seat? Let's say election is called next month. And Sikiri win 2 seats. And one person decided, boy, Scary wants them, they walk across.
Yep. That needs to stop, brothers and sisters. That needs to stop. If some people are voting for you under a particular ticket, you should stay under that ticket until next election. If you want to leave that party for you to go, I think that's what should have happened. Though, like I said before, I don't know if it's official or unofficial, whatever the case might be. But if it's official, that means he has left the independent party. Now keep in mind, the independent party is not a full party. It's a party that is made up of individuals according to the constitution of the largest body of members that are against the government. Okay? Now if he's a part of this, is official in this, that means he has left the independent. He's no longer an independent candidate, so to speak. And therefore should have waited till next election for him to run on security them ticket. That's what he should have waited to do. In the middle, this is why I think Jesma Paul did not want him to come into thing, although she resigned based off the letter so that they could come in. If there is not a vote according to 66 section 2, if there's not a vote with the elected members cannot select who to be the leaders of the opposition, then the largest body of members, not elected members, which will include the senators as well. Now, the interesting part to think of it as in that regard, I think they should have done this before Jesma resigned. She should have not resigned, and then the senators will be able to vote, because on the basis of what the president seems to be saying, from my understanding, it seems like since she resigned, the opposition leader, then the senators are pretty much voided, it seems. No, I don't know if there's any rule in the constitution that indicated that, but I was told that no letter or nothing of that sort was sent to them. So on the basis of that, I think there's a discrepancy in that regard that was not clearly defined. Okay? So, I just put that out there. Anyways, let's continue.
Upset. So it's the same thing that this MP from, I don't know this thing, the MP from MARIGOT is doing.
But how could you do such a thing? How could you do such a thing, my brother? You're joining up with a party that's going to lose. They're going to lose. Or you can't put your faith in a leader that most likely is steady to have mental issues. And on the basis, not just on that, the work ethic of the individual, from individuals who know this specific individual, they know that he's incompetent. I work with the individual and the brothers and sisters. I know for myself. A matter of fact, before I worked with other individuals who know about it, they told me about him. And I decided, no, that cannot be. That was my former teacher. And I saw for myself the incompetence of him. Brothers and sisters, you know how somebody can elevate based off the present thing that they're in. And how well they are doing the jobs that they're in today. One of the reasons why I respect Lennox Linton, brothers and sisters, is because he has done a phenomenal job in journalism. Nobody can touch that. I might try, but nobody could touch that man in journalism in Dominica. The kind of information and things this man was able to get. That's why a lot of us reference him when we're saying our points. Because he's phenomenal as a journalist. So if he can do this and not just that, before that, working with nasty companies, from my understanding, doing a phenomenal job in that regard as well. So just with that side, you understand who the individual is, so you can propel them to another level. But if you know the individual is not doing well in their field, that should tell you something. But anyways, let's continue.
Yes, Malone admitted himself. It's ULP that put him there. And he's walking away from ULP to join a party. And that is unacceptable.
What are they talking about? Are they talking about Anthony or are they talking about Malone? Did Malone leave the United Workers Party to join UPP or UPP? Really? I mean, so sometimes, brothers and sisters, I just wonder if human beings just truly think. Do they think or they run off emotions, brothers and sisters? I think where we as men tend to fail in society is because we remove ourselves from emotional stability and emotional intelligence, and we run rampant on our feelings. Brothers and sisters, our feelings change from time to time. This is why logic is important. Logic is important, brothers and sisters. And the moves made, if Malone decided gonna do his thing, that's illogical. On the basis of what actually needs to be done is electoral reform. That is the main thing that needs to be done. And then rally behind the main opposition. And when the main opposition comes into power, and you know they falter, if they falter, brothers and sisters, then you can develop other parties, because you would have electoral reform that would create a free and fair playing field for everybody. But at present, elections is tainted. And you think creating new party is like having a problem over there, brothers and sisters. You have a problem in the West. And you think you can solve the problem by going to the East. You think you can solve the problem by going to the East when the problem is situated strictly in the West. Humans have an bad boy. Tell you, boy. And Anthony decided to join a party. Be that the case, I hope it's not the case. That's why I say alleged.
They should stone him.
Well, I don't know about stoning. Please don't stone nobody, please. But I understand the sentiment.
That is unacceptable. But again, once it's something that has to do with the ULP and its leadership, Malone will find everything right with it. Everything right with what this guy is doing. It's because it's United Workers Party and its leadership. If Labour does it, you'd hear a different Mali. That's the problem with this jackass. In other countries, when you do things that you're expelled from a party.
Yep. When you do things like this, you should not be able to still run because the people are voting you for a specific reason. It's like DLP supporters voting for call your constituent and PARL rep. They're voting for the call your PARL rep. Not on the basis that the call your PARL rep is going to do something for them. They're voting for the call your PARL rep because it'll make scared win. The DLP scared win. The people in MARIGOT are on the basis of their PARL rep for sure, that's certain. But on the basis of hoping that United Workers' Party will win, take over government so they can do things in the community. I think that's one of the things that definitely needs to be done. Because nothing is being done in the communities, brothers and sisters. Absolutely nothing. What are your PARL reps doing in your communities, brothers and sisters? Help me understand. What is a Portsmouth PARL rep doing in Portsmouth? What are they doing? What is the call your PARL rep, St. Joe? Just name it. What are the PARL reps doing in the communities? Yet still next election will come and you still vote for them to do absolutely nothing. They'll come during election time and tell you they'll do this and they'll do that. This and that, this and that. Brothers and sisters, right now I hear the Chinese not even getting paid for international airport. Be that the case? Bypass that twice. You saw vehicles moving.
In Trinidad, if you cross the floor, you losing your seat.
Not an election or by-election should take place if you cross the floor. That's what I think should be done. But since the law books apparently in Dominica do not specifically define this, this is something that they should put in elections. If you decide to cross the floor, by-election should take place. You're not crossing the floor, and you're not going to elections on a particular ticket for individuals who vote for the individual that they think should be in government. And then you crossing the floor on their vote. Nah, man. Joking again.
You are losing your seat. You can't.
Yep.
You don't fall in.
So if it's really you that they want to represent them, when there's a by-elections, if you cross the floor, then they will vote for you. Not so.
But fall in Trinidad, he crossed the floor and joined a new party, and he was kicked out of Parliament. They voted to kick him out.
That's what should be done. That's what should be done.
Because you cannot be representative of one party in Trinidad, and when you are voted in,
you crossing the floor. Come on.
Not in Trinidad.
Tell me which logical observation that this makes sense. Which one? Where does this make sense? Where people and it's interesting. This happened in the past in Dominica, where individuals crossing the floor. One of the greatest things that I do not understand, brothers and sisters, is the very one. What is Joseph Isaac? Joseph Isaac is a minister of the house, brothers and sisters. Mr. Speaker of the House. And when I spoke with the other individual the other day, brothers and sisters, Cabral Douglas. I did the previous podcast on BrBpTV. You guys can go check it out right there. BrBpTV. Type that in on YouTube. And we're talking about that sentiment. How could that be? Anyways, let's continue.
And this MP from MARIGOT, his behavior, what ULP should say, they have nothing to do with this man. That's it. So why waste time on this guy? When election is called properly again,
he's not going to win. And I don't know, sometimes I think power does go inside people's heads when they're not thinking properly. Power goes inside people that you think. Well, then again, the interesting thing I'm thinking now is, who is he taking advice to do such ridiculousness? Is he taking advice from the very individual that is the political leader of that new party apparently? That is telling him these things? You have sabotaged the people, Anthony. If you have joined this party, you have sabotaged the very people who put in power. Give you the privilege to stand firm. No wonder Desmond Paul did not find settlement in you. He didn't find settlement in you because it seems like you want to become opposition leader so you can bring your party inside. You can bring your party inside. And I think what Desmond Paul, based on the understanding that I have, is decide, okay, you can bring 4 individuals in, okay, I'll have 2, you'll have 2, bring your people, I bring my people, and work together. The very people you brought in doesn't even want you to be political leader. The very senators you brought in, Anthony, don't even want you to become. I saw the signatures, you know. They all were for Jesma Paul becoming becoming the political leader again. Anthony, how could you do yourself? How could you do yourself that? Listening to the advice of people you should not be listening to in any way, shape, or form. First of all, stands on integrity. Don't get me wrong, you know, if you wanted to join your party, fine, join your party at the end of it. But you have an obligation to the individuals that voted for you. And you come and do this nonsense right now.
Do you don't feel have the proper representative? He's been a little cunt. And
apologies for the languages, brothers and sisters.
Used by the likes of Malon and Sikiri. You guys see how my boy referred to that party? Anyway, I don't want lawsuit. But my boy referred to that party as something. I don't know. What is it? You reading my boy more than me, but I got a glimpse of what my boy said.
I need to read that, my boy.
About the party. Something party. Pornography party. I don't know.
That is not a party you should have ever joined, sir. Not for nothing you should have joined that. Nothing. Knowing the very people who is the leader of this very party. Oh, my goodness.
So I don't know. But you know, because you read it. And Mari should know. Okay, you know the leadership of the party. These things have to stop.
Apologies. Apologies for the crossword. Let's continue right here.
And we cannot be against and hating. We've hated the likes of Julius Timothy, the likes of Lauren Barnes, what's his name? Judas, for doing these things. Right?
Judas.
Yet still, now this MARIGOT fella is doing it. It's okay in Mali's eyes. Okay. Because anything that has to do with ULP now is obsessed with the ULP and obsessed with the leadership of the ULP.
Yep.
That's the problem with him. Obsessed. But if you know the fella has had issues a long time ago. Crazy didn't record him now. Bashing his leader. Bashing his leader.
Joshua, I think they talk about Joshua right there, you know. I'm not sure if it's crazy, but I remember when Joshua was speaking about the very leader that he was privy with, the party he was privy with, talking against the very leadership to people. They recorded and posted it, I reacted to it. That to show you the kind of character that these individuals have. Behind closed doors, they are one particular thing. And then when they come up in open, brothers and sisters, you see they are the fireflies. Why is it the phoenix? The fiery phoenix, they're beautiful, brothers and sisters. They come and looking, you know. But behind closed doors, they're saying all sorts of interesting things, brothers and sisters. I'm happy the individuals recorded it, put it out there. So the individuals can actually see the characters. And individuals decide they are joining with this. It seems like people tend to forget. Amnesia seems to be the issue right here. People tend to forget. Just like how this whole injection thing came about. The very thing that was happening in 1913 took place again. People tend to forget because they refuse or don't care about history to even see what is repeated again. If the people do not understand history, they are doomed to repeat it. No matter that statement, you know. And we are seeing the same thing over and over again.
Many people work labors, UD bashing their leader and their leadership. None.
Well, behind closed doors, they just do that. They would not do it in public, but behind closed doors, they would definitely do that. I know because I talked to some of them.
But from day one, this man should have been expelled from the ULP many years.
Facts, I agree.
Of the youth league,
yep.
Of the party, he should have been expelled. People shouldn't be talking about this man again. Or in fact, he shouldn't be even involved in politics.
Yep, I agree.
He should be expelled and known to be the guy who goes behind his party's back and talk Bad fucking leaders.
I just said that. I just said that. How then can you trust a man? How then can you join up with a man who has been known to be doing these kind of things? Known to have some sort of mental issues, be that the case. How then can you do that? And then you don't think if the election comes, they're going to be using that against the people? Huh? You don't think so?
That's the type of
Humans have a problem.
guy is. They made a mistake by not expelling that guy years ago. But now he expelled himself. He will, honestly, he will never get a place, a home in politics. He's going to be moving all around the place because he will fall out with everybody. Because if it's not his way, it's no effing body way. That is it. Yeah, Anthony Charles. I listened to the rest of the thing now. Yeah, he should be punished. Yeah, he should be punished for his nonsense, classless behavior.
But is there any laws against him? Is there any laws against crossing the floor? Is there any laws that say, okay, if you cross the floor, by-election should be had? Is there any laws in that regard, or the people just have to stay with whom they unfortunately voted for? Sorry about the guys, but yeah, let's continue right there.
Life is dead. It's over for him.
Yep.
You're stupid. Such a little. but I don't know why he missed the thing Anthony Charles. So what is his name?
Apologies for that, brothers and sisters.
Should not be punished. He should be punished because you went there as a de facto UDLP candidate. You were really Mali. I don't even know that, but Mali's agreeing with that. He's telling you in the voice note that the guy went up there as a UDLP representative.
Yeah, I heard him say that. But I more think that Anthony, Charles was put in there so that the DLP would not take the MARIGOT seat. I more think that's the reason why. But I heard Marlon did say that he think Anthony Charles, went up under the UWP ticket, under independent candidate. I heard him say that in the previous video.
To ensure that Labour didn't get the two prime seats.
Yep, but United Workers Party.
Of the United Workers Party.
Yep.
Right? And then now he wants to go behind the party's back to do shit with security. Why shouldn't he be punished? He should be punished politically. He should. He's you know what I mean?
But how will that be possible? How would that be possible in the first place?
Mali has to. What is Mali saying? Mali is either you accept this man did shit. I know you hate the leadership of the United Party. That's because that's what you focus on. You hate them so much that you won't accept that this young fella did shit. He did shit.
Marlon, the man did shit. According to he should not have done that at all. Wait till next election for him to do such a thing. And if the people decide they voted for him, you can say it's fairly and squarely that they voted for him. But it's very absolutely clear that the reason why he is even in the position that he's in is because the United Workers supporters did not want they just don't want DLP to take their seat at all. They just don't want it. They will vote for anybody else. They just don't want DLP to take it. They refuse to give Skerrit 21 seats. So he can have that on his record saying I got 21 seats in Dominica. You want to be like Grenada? No! You're not a Michel.
The other part about who should be, I saw a letter that signed between both of them. I mean, there should be no thing about that. It should be automatic. If the girl who was behaving bad as they admit, she wouldn't have resigned. Because
that's not why she resigned. She resigned because there was a letter between them that say, okay, first 18 months. I even break it down yesterday. 18 months for her, 18 months for him. Then we will see if Skerrit call election. If it continues, then it'll go back to Jesma and then it'll go back to Anthony. They're going to flip it back and forth within them. There was even an understanding from I was having a discussion. Person said it could be possible that they wanted to, based off the new occurrences that have took place on the alleged of him joining the Sikiri party, that they wanted to even forego that, and if he agreed that she would do the first 2.5 years and then he would do the next 2.5 years in that regard. Because when I'm thinking of it right there, based on what I thought, and I remember a conversation having with somebody, and the person was telling me to be jumping flip flop like that would be kind of crazy. It would be kind of crazy, but now the president is in a dilemma, and it's largely because, well, you can put some blame on Jesma because she left the seat, and then he had to come in, and then there was a vote of no confidence in him, to which all the senators had to think. But based off the letter I saw, it should have been his turn, but it seems like he would have thrown all the senators out to bring in his new people. That's probably most likely why the senators that he brought in voted for Jesma to retain the leader of the opposition.
She should not have resigned and should have been opposition leader, and no matter what.
Nobody had a letter. They had a letter that they signed, just like Anthony had a letter he signed that he would not cross the floor to the LP. They should have made this letter a little more detailed, saying you should not cross the floor to any party at all. Any party, but they said they specifically detailed DLP because they did not want him to join the other party. Scared might want to, give him some nice words. Maybe that's what his political leader, his present political leader, give him some nice words. We're trying to do something. I wouldn't be surprised if Siki had make contact with the others for them to try to join him too. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, or that is the case, if that actually happened. It only makes sense. You call somebody, let's see if you can call the others. Maybe it only makes logical sense that would be the case, and it seems like based off who actually joined and those who think maybe the others were not interested if that actually happened. But apparently one sucker went through.
Nobody could remove her because there are 2 seats. She's there. Nobody could remove her.
Yeah, but there would have been a conflict of interest right there. So she actually had to resign, which of course that's one of the things she do. My issue here would be, she should not have resigned. She should have called for a stay elections among themselves, the members of the house who are against the government. They should call, and then they should have made a vote, and then upon that vote, while she's leader of the opposition, made that vote, and then if it goes through and they accept it has been accepted, then it will just switch over. So there will be no part where there is no leader of the opposition. It will just have switched over. I think that's what should have happened right there. But I guess, based off all things, 18 months was up, and I think that's how they should have done it. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what. So I know what Maddie talking about, because all the woman had to do was continue there, because the majority is there is no majority. Understand? Nobody can remove her, because to have a majority, 2 people have to vote. 2 more people.
I don't think people read the thing. It's me alone that read it. Me alone that read it. Guys, let me bring that up again, because it seems like it's me alone that read it. Guys, you can find it online. Just go Google Constitution of Dominica, and then section 66, section 66 2. This is it right there, brothers and sisters. Whenever there is occasion for an appointment of leader of the opposition, the president shall appoint the elected member of the house who appears to him most likely to command the support of the majority of the elected members of the house who do not support the government. Here they're talking about the elected members amongst themselves selecting an opposition. The elected members, right? Or, remember there's a or right there, in case you don't, let me zoom in for all you. Or there's a or there, or if no elected member of the House appears to him to command such support. That means if nobody is electing somebody within the elected members to represent as political leader, the elected member of the House who appears to him to command the support of the largest single group of members, not of elected members. That was what wrong with the president's letter. She put elected before this one right there. And that was an error that should not have been, because based on the Constitution of Dominica, or if no elected member of the House appears to him to command such support, the elected member of the House, when they're talking about appears to him, they're talking about the individuals that voting for the member, the elected member. Okay, the first one is the elected members voting for them. If there is nobody that seems to be elected members cannot agree amongst themselves who should be leader of the opposition, they have the or there. Or if no elected member of the House appears to him to command such support, the elected member of the House who appears to him to command the support of the largest single group of members of the House who do not support the government. Brothers and sisters, the largest member of the largest single group of members of the House who do not support the government would include the senators. Brothers and sisters, the senators. Provided that if a member of the House was elected at a general election in which he stood as a supporter of the political party, the majority of members of the House elected at the time, whether as representatives, PARL reps, or senators, brothers and sisters. I mean, it is written right there for you to see. Stood as supporters of that party, he shall, so long as he remains a member of the House by virtue of the election, not be eligible for appointment as the leader of the opposition, brothers and sisters. So if the elected member don't agree, the senators and what have you pretty much comes in. I mean, it's right there. Oh my God in heaven. Thank God for me, because things people say, I mean, it's right there, bro. My God. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let me know your thoughts in that regard. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Go out there and enjoy your Friday. Go to the movies or something. Go on the beach or something, brothers and sisters. In these hard times, you have to free up yourself. Don't work too hard, brothers and sisters. And don't drink too much. Okay? Take it easy. Alright? One drink maximum. Anyways, brothers and sisters, about Mystelics once again. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Check out the previous reaction I did. Of course, I'll post that in the description, the first comment in the comment box below, as well as the podcast, the latest podcast I did. Of course, the next podcast will be coming out soon. It's very interesting, brothers and sisters, to find out that individuals from overseas are coming to help Dominica. Very, very interesting stuff. Yet still the very government in which they are trying to help the country in does not even want to support the people, brothers and sisters. We gotta have a discussion on that. The individuals trying to, I brought it out of them. No worries, me not there. So we shall see how that goes. Right here, brothers and sisters. Anyways, like I indicated before, thumbs up this video. Click the thumbs up button. Tune in Sunday at around 3:30. I'm gonna bring it around 3:30 because times does I have to figure out the time properly for these vibrations right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, about Mystelics once again on this Mystelics reaction, guys. Be real, salute the king, be positive.